Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am Grand Cat and welcome to another Grand Cat review, and today we have the absolute ginormous, the absolute unit of a Chad. Of course, I am talking about the metallic master of the Technodrome, which is Chromedome in all of his gigantic glory. And he is absolutely ginormous huge. He barely even fits on camera. In fact, actually, I think to get him to fit on camera, I have to actually take him off of the stage, which is pretty crazy. So let's just look at the height comparison with some of the other characters we have. So Slash is the same size as the other turtles, and as you can see, he barely comes up to basically he doesn't even come up to the waist of Chromedome. Let's try one of the Triceratons. Let's try Zork. And Zork is also absolutely minuscule in comparison to the size of Chromedome. Of course, Chromedome is an ultimate figure, so he doesn't come with any others in a 2-pack, he only comes by himself. Let's try the Pizza Monster from the previous video. And I don't know if you can see there, but even the Pizza Monster is not up to the scale of Chromedome. So Chromedome is easily the largest figure that we have seen in the Neca line so far. At least the ones that I've reviewed. I don't know if any others have came out by this point. There's none that I'm aware of. So I'm going to have to rotate the camera up just a little bit so that we can actually see Chromedome. I'm going to try and rotate it down just a little bit so we can still see part of the space. So there he is in all of his glory, and he does come with accessories, and we have a bag of accessories that has been given to us, because of course he did come loose. So we have, first of all, an old style computer. This looks like an old Mac or maybe even an old Amiga. I'm a very big fan of the old Amiga, especially the Amiga 500. It was a fantastic console. You can sit over here. He comes with his blaster, which of course is kind of his main weapon, I suppose. It's a little bit loose, weirdly. Don't know what that's about. There's a little bit of movement there. I don't know if you can see that. It's suspicious. Always suspicious when you get second-hand things. He does come with his giant katans, which are two different sizes, actually. You can see there, that is them both lined up with one another. One is significantly larger than the other. And he comes with a variety of different hands. So let's see what we actually have here. I'm just pairing them up. This is of course the first time that I have seen these. I kept them all nice and boxed and sealed. So he comes with two closed fists that you can see there, entirely closed fists, which is pretty cool. He comes with two open palms for the karate chop action. He comes with a single holder of the gun, which is probably what we're going to use. And he comes with two of the gripping hands, which are used for the swords. So on top of these accessories, he also has the belt that you can see, which is already equipped. And the belt is pretty cool because it allows for these to be positioned in here, like so. And he can actually hold on to his weapons without actually having to arm them, which is a pretty nice accessory to have. I think that can go in all the way. There we go. And the longer blade can also go in just like so. It gets a little bit stiff at the top. And that is pretty cool to see how those can go. The gun itself should have a hole somewhere on it. I think that's the hole there. And he does have a spot on the belt that the gun should be able to be placed into. So if we put it in like so. The belt is also removable, which I've only just discovered. It is really in refusal. I'm trying to do it. and of course it is a very, very soft belt. But we're going to hold the gun anyway, but that is where that is supposed to hang on to, and it's supposed to just be on his waist. So you can see there, I'm not going to unclip it because it's going to be a nightmare to get off and put back on, but you can unclip the belt, and of course he does have the cartoon style of the belt underneath as well as the soft good belt that's been placed on top. Okay, so now that we've done all of that, let's look over a little bit of the flexibility of Chromedome. So you can see, of course, the shoulder goes all the way up. It's got the bicep swivel. It does have the double elbow rotation, and he has the hands that are the same as basically all the other Necas. They rotate in and out. He does have a lot of body swivel, as you can see, as I'm working with here. It doesn't turn very well because the body is quite chunky. There doesn't seem to be any waist rotation. The legs are on big ball joint, but you've got this big plastic bit here that stops it from getting really up. The legs are quite stiff, but the legs do come all the way up. I'm not going to try that bottom one because it is very much in refusal, as is this one, but there you can see how one rotates and the other one, and they're both in refusal. It does have the ankle pivot. It also has toe pivot, which I can't get to work, but you do see that it exists. I couldn't get that to work on the other one either. And I don't know if these are supposed to swivel. You can see there, you can see the line on it, but I think that might just be the characteristic of the cartoon. You know, they're meant to look like boots. I don't think they actually are a separate part. I mean, maybe they are, I'm not sure. And the head is on a big ball socket. You can see it all right there, so we can lean all the way down, which is very good because he will largely be looking down at his opponents, and I don't think there's going to be many opponents that he's going to be looking up to. So in terms of the hands, we are going to use the gripping hand, which is on the right, and you can see that this is a gigantic gun. It is ginormous huge. I can't express any further. It's not. It's hollow rather than being full in plastic. The hands are full plastic, but the gun itself is hollow, and there is a worry of it snapping. So I'm going to try and get this in as nicely as I can without anything going horribly wrong here. I feel like this is the kind of thing that once this is in here, that it's never going to come back out. Or I mean, you probably can, but it's probably not advised to. But I am going to display my Chromedome holding his gun rather than having it on his belt. That was always the idea. And it's a little difficult, I'm not going to lie. I do try and do all of this on camera for you guys, but this one is tricky. Another part of the reason it's tricky is because you've got this whole big bit at the base here that is kind of stopping it just, you know, pressing in. And these hands are pretty solid. They are strong, to say the least. So I feel like whoever owned this the first time never put this gun in here. It just didn't happen, because otherwise I feel like this would be a little bit more flexible. And I don't mind that someone that owned this before me has been careful. I'm going to try and put it in that way that you can see what I'm kind of going for here. So there I've got it just in, and once I've got it in, I'm going to rotate it around and try and make it work that way. It's almost a bit like a puzzle. So there we go. So we now have it sideways in, and now it's a case of rotating the fingers around and getting it like so. And that is how we do that. And there you go. That is the gun in the hand. So as you can see, the gun actually, the finger actually comes through this part here, which is pretty cool to see. That it's, you know, directly on the trigger. But to show off the size of Chromedome's gun in comparison to some of the other guns, here we have Captain thorax and his gigantic blaster, and you can see that like the gun is like the same size, but like this is going to look like a pistol compared to this, which looks like a giant blaster, which is crazy. But that's just the sheer ginormous height of Chromedome. So let's now equip this to a Chromedome. So we're going to just take off this hand. It pops off fairly easily, and then the next one just pops right in there. And this wrist has never been moved before, ever. There we go. You just have to loosen it up because it's never been done before. And there you have your fantastic Chromedome. So I think we're going to do something like this. Put him in a sort of evil, villainous, you know, like gripping kind of pose. You know, this the generic big bad guy kind of look. There we go. So it's very, very cool to see. He is pretty ginormous, which is very, very cool. It's very unusual to see. And we're going to make him a little bit even more giant by using the little gimmick, the little turning device. And we're going to show him off to everyone by activating like so. And he is once again off camera, so I'm just going to hold him up just a little bit so that you can all see him in all of his glory. And with that said, folks, that is going to be the end of this video. I really hope that you all enjoyed it. If you did like it, give us a like, share and subscribe, and if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so you can see when more of these glorious videos come out. And we shall see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.